If you're new to furniture flipping, or if you think maybe this is something you want to try, I've got the perfect piece for you. This is an entryway table. It's not big, it's fairly straightforward. It's a piece I picked up from a client, and she just wants something different, something a little more sophisticated. So I think what we're going to do is possibly sand down the legs and maybe give it some paint on the top. So maybe follow along. I will guide you through what I'm doing, and maybe this gives you some inspiration to finally get into furniture flipping. First things first, as you can see, I did sand down that top a little bit on the right just to see what we're working with. It's not the greatest as far as wood grains, and it was fairly easy to just sand down, so that's the plan. I'm just using a 120 grit sandpaper and not putting too much pressure on the wood, just taking my time. You have to be patient when you sand. And then on the top, all I'm doing is giving it a nice scuff sand, so not down to the wood, just something that the paint can adhere to. I'd like to just do a hand sanding at the very end, just so I can get all the little nooks and crannies that my sander will get. You want to make sure you get all the surface sanded down so that paint has a good surface to adhere to. Hand brushing my primer first. Anytime I use a tabletop that's going to be painted, I always like to add a primer. You can also do a clear primer if you feel comfortable doing that. I really love this primer. It's from Melange Paints, and I think it's going to really help with the longevity of the piece. Prepping my piece to get painted with my sprayer. You don't have to use a sprayer. You can always use your brush, which I did start out doing, but as you get more comfortable and you want to be a little quicker, I suggest trying a sprayer. It's satisfying and it's a lot quicker. Not to mention, it also gives you that professional looking finish. Don't forget, even after you prime, you want to use a 220 or higher grit sandpaper to give that smooth finish before you actually put paint on.
gonna be pretty.
I also did 3 coats of this paint, and you always, again, want to make sure that you are using a high grit sandpaper to sand in between each coat. And that's simply because sometimes little hairs or whatever it is lands on top of your paint, and you want to just sand that off. Instead of using a stain on these legs, this time I'm going to be using a glaze. I really love General Finishes, all their products really, but I love using their glazes, and they work a lot like gel stains where they don't get into the wood grain itself. It almost acts more like a paint. And this particular glaze requires you to use a top coat first. So that's what I'm doing here is I'm applying a clear top coat on the legs. That way the glaze will apply evenly. I've used it a lot in the past, and I really love the tone that it'll give. So I think it'll be perfect for this piece. And once that's dry, you can start with your glaze. Just brush it on. You kind of want to work a little quickly, but these I'm able to brush on the whole leg, and then I will grab a shop rag and just wipe it down. And it really gives you a beautiful look. You can even water down your glaze depending on how light or dark you want that to be. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of this process. And then lastly, when you're done with this glaze, or if you're staining, you want to let that dry and then top coat, and you're good to go. Well, I hope this gives you some inspiration to start if you haven't already. Remember, starting small and then work your way from there. And if I could give one piece of advice, it's have fun.